Well, hello and welcome to our sixth and final video of this video series called Growing Your Three Principled Business Through Love and Understanding. And in this particular video, this last and final video, we're going to be looking at what could possibly be the biggest stumbling block to actually growing your business, to having the sales conversation. So my name is Sheila Massant, and I'm with my lovely business partner here, Sue Pankowicz.
Hello again, lovely to be back for this and finally section.
And finally section, yeah. Yeah. So, finally, this is our last piece, but we just want to reiterate that we're assuming you're here because you want to grow your three principal business, because you really want to put an end to suffering. Unnecessary suffering. And the most important piece of all this is for you that you really want to earn a living doing just what you love to do. And that's what we're aiming for with this series of videos, to help you do just that. So would you like to kick us off? I say that in every video, I think, but I'm handing the baton over to you, Sue, to begin us on this piece.
Okay, so I guess the biggest stumbling block was in the form of an absent piece in the sales conversation, which I just took me a while to figure this one out. And there'll be a lot of complicated reasons why, but this is how it would go. I began to feel so confident that I could go and I could set up meetings, and I could go and visit people. So I've had some delightful afternoons, quite lengthy meetings with people, going really well. The feeling was, well, I just loved it, and you could, I believe I could tell that we were really in connection. Now, unless, I mean, on one or two occasions, it's been really easy for me because the person said, well, let's talk about how we can progress this. So yeah, got a gift. But if the person didn't say that, I just stayed with a nice feeling, had this lovely conversation, we would share and connect, and then I'd say, well, I don't think I should take up any more of your time or whatever, and I would leave. Now, there's a really big missing piece in there, and I would scratch my head afterwards and think, well, what next? Because nothing really happened. I had a really nice time, and then I begin to think, oh no, I took up loads of time, and they probably thought I was a really nice person, because I am, but they might be wondering, well, what was that about? Because I didn't really make it clear to them that actually this is a service I can offer you, or this is the service I can offer you. And I think that's fine. I don't have a problem with looking back and seeing that. That was part of my learning process. I just figure that until I started getting coaching, I might have stayed in that place for quite some time. And I guess underlying that was a fear. And I'm not really naming this piece that I'm talking about, but for me, what was there that made it less obvious than it would have, well, it blinded me to it. It was my blind spot. Was that I think that I was so pleased with now being able to set up the meetings, set up calls, that I was just staying in that feeling, and I still had some thinking about, I don't want to disturb this feeling. I don't want to sort of be clumsy-footed here. I don't want to do something to disturb it by some crude offer. And it wasn't that at all. It wasn't that what I thought I was avoiding was something completely different. I just created this thing that I was avoiding. But until I saw it, and what helped me was, well, in fact, was coaching with Sheila. There's no two ways about that. And also being in conversation with other people and asking questions and finding out. But mainly just actually looking that one in the eye and saying, hang on a minute, what's going on? I had these great times with all these people, but nothing's happening. So I guess that I'm going to hand back to you, really, because there is this lovely piece that is yet to be named.
Well, just to say, nothing was happening. You had lovely conversations, and I'm sure that you served people really, really well. But that, I alluded to the word in the last video has been the three-lettered word. Well, for me, the three-lettered word is ask. So many people that I've worked with, and me included, right at back in the olden days, makes me sound really old, but few years ago, a couple of years ago even, I was fearful to ask. So, I'd be saying to my coach, so, I had this conversation with this person and they seemed to really like what I was offering, what I was talking about and how I helped them and X, Y, and Z. But nothing, nothing happened. So we said goodbye and that was that, and I've never heard from them again. So my coaches asked me the question, so where did you make the invitation for them to come work with you? Where did you ask? And I was like, ooh, whoops, didn't. Is that what I'm supposed to do? Yes, that's what you're supposed to do. If you're being of service, then if you feel like you're a good fit, and this is a key piece as well, if you feel that you could really serve this person in front of you, you can really help them achieve whatever it is they're wanting to achieve, and you would really like to work with them and help them do that, then ask. Ask permission first of all. Is it okay if I share with you my program, my service, my whatever it is you've got to offer, my product? Is it okay? That's first of all, that's the ask. And then when you have permission, and only when you have permission to share, because again, that's the piece of having the student in the room, having somebody actually listen. They won't hear you if they haven't given you permission. Then go ahead and you share whatever it is you've got to offer, and then you ask them, how does that sound? How does that feel? How does would you like to take it further? Whatever feels comfortable to you in the moment. But the key piece is that you're inviting them to come in and work with you. And something else that I've been asked quite a few times is it okay to say, would you, I'd love you to come work with me. I'd love you to be part of my mastermind group, or I'd love you to be one of my golden clients, or I'd love you to take part in this retreat. I think I've been modeling that in some way over this video series. I think most videos I've been saying something along the lines of, we would love you to come to our retreat. We would love you to come share, explore at our Inside Out business retreat here in Spain. So, and that's the truth. I would love you, three principal facilitator, counselor, coach. We would love you to come play with us, come explore with us at the business retreat. So there's absolutely nothing wrong as long as it's coming from the heart and you really mean that, because the person on the other end of it is going to know whether that's true for you or not. So I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I really encourage people to actually say that, because why not? Who doesn't want to receive a compliment of, I would love to work with you? And another key piece here is, but if that person is not ready, says no, doesn't want to, don't take that personally, because it won't have anything to do with you. It really won't. It's just where that person is right now. So the biggest stumbling block, as far as I'm concerned, in getting clients, in growing your business, is the ask piece. Actually asking people to come work with you. It's the distinction between having a nice conversation with somebody and having a sales conversation with somebody. Very, very different. The difference is, if you're having a nice conversation with somebody, having a chat, you wouldn't ask them to come work with you if you've just gone out for a social gathering or whatever. But when you're actually in a sales conversation, that's the piece. That's the piece to bring into that conversation. And yeah, as you said earlier on, so it can be scary for people to do that. I mean, it's an avoidance technique. Lots of people wouldn't it be nice if somebody just said, oh, how could I come work with you? Please tell me about everything you've got on offer. And that happens for sure. That happens. They're the nice, lovely, easy sales conversations that we have. But there's many, many, many times when it doesn't happen. And that's your job as leader of the conversation, to do the leading and ask.
As you were talking, what came to my mind was way back in the beginning when I just leapt into this. I wanted to facilitate others on growing an understanding of the three principles, as indeed mine was grounding too and developing and still is. you know, one of the things that I really, really wanted, I wanted more people. We were thin on the ground. I mean, we were less than, I reckon, 40 people in the UK. So it's interesting that all the way through this series, that, as you said, we've been inviting the listeners and the viewers to come and find out a little more, to let us have another opportunity to expand on what it is that we've shared. And right, in terms of the love and understanding, grow your business through love and understanding, mine is firmly rooted in the fact that I really, really, if I can help anyone in any way to grow their business, what I do know is that what we're doing in that way, we're sending out more people to share the principles. And in my heart, that's really what I want. And in a sense, that's been my feeling. And that's an amazing feeling, as opposed to, right, I want to sell X, Y, Z. It's not that. There's a greater good here that informs my passion for doing exactly what we're doing, and for becoming more successful and growing business and helping others to do the same, because we've got a lot of work to do. You know, and there's going to be a call, and when the shift starts, you know, really gaining momentum, which I think it already has, people are going to be needed out there, and we, you know, if we can get people out of their own way, they're going to be there. Let's not have it take 10 years or 8 years or 6 years. Let's have it, you know.
Yeah, and the more three principal facilitators are out there, coaches, counsellors, trainers, whatever label you've given yourself, you know, the more that are out there and touching other people, the better. And so the only way that can happen is if you can have these sales conversations to bring people in. Well, if you need to earn a living, if you want to earn a living, that's the only way. I mean, obviously you can go out and do this for free all day long, but you know, actually being able to make this your business, then you need to have this sales conversation piece there. And that ripple effect of, you know, you touch somebody's life, it then touches other lives. It's just beautiful, and that is the love and understanding piece, isn't it? It truly is. I mean, that's just that ripple effect. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
So to model, you know, I would, and Sue would, I'm sure, we would love to see you part of this business retreat, part of this Inside Out business retreat in Spain. Go visit our event page, which you'll see on the screen now, the link's there for you. Go visit our event page, see what we've got on offer there, see whether you're a fit, you know, whether this is the right place for you to be. If it is, then happy to have you on board. If you'd like to reach out and have a conversation, then email me, Sheila at SheilaMassan.com, or Sue at principledwellbeing.com. Anything else we want to add, Sue?
Well, just breaking news, actually, that we're going to, the details will appear, to tell you about what we're calling an open call, a Q&A session. So we're going to run a teleseminar, in effect, but it's going to be an open question and answer, so that if anything we've said is interesting to you, or there's aspects that you just want to questions on, find out, well, you know, how deep does this go, or what did you mean about that? What's the the big picture, and talk to us, you know, so that we get both of us can get a sense of whether how best we can convey to you what it is that we can offer. And again, your questions would be really helpful.
Yeah, we just want to be of service, don't we? We want to be there, be of service to you. If you have anything anything at all that you'd like to come ask us, that's what we're going to probably be an hour. By now there will be a link whereby you can go find out the details of this call. Just be there for you. We're on the end of a phone. If you like, just ask us anything you want. Ask us anything we want. We'll do our best to answer it.
Okay. So I think that's the roundup, really, isn't it? So
it is.
And finally, a final cheerio for now. And thanks very much for joining us. We've had fun.
We've
learned a lot, and we carry on.
So we hope you've learnt lots too. And thank you for being with us on this series, and we look forward to more. Bye for now. Take care. Bye.